I'm Sebastian, surprise, surprise, and I'm going to present Supply Blockchain. I will actually move a bit faster here. But just to mention something here, there are almost 1 million people dying each year because they use counterfeit drugs. So that's why it's a social problem. But also it's a big problem for the pharmaceutical industry because there are $1 trillion that are lost every year from illicit trade. And now in the technical side, the supply chain platforms that are used in these industries, they do suffer from the lack of transparency, the data corruption, and of course slow processes. Now our solution adds transparency, and this is our major point of focus, adds transparency and traceability to supply chains by using public blockchains, and I underline public. That's actually what makes the difference between blockchain and the database. Then we use decentralized deployment of data over the blockchain and fast integrations, which is kind of painful in enterprise software. How does it work? We generate a QR code, we attach it to a physical product, whether it's a container or a ship or just a physical product. Then that QR code is scanned all along the supply chain. The data of time and location is added into the public blockchains. And then we have item history and analytics attached to it. And that's it. It's that easy. It's how it looks like because the platform is launched, is in private beta. This is actual data from the platform, from our pilot program. And a few words about the total addressable market size. Only for blockchain supply chain products, it's forecasted to the market to grow 20-fold, up to $3.3 billion a year, and we aim towards gaining at least 10% out of that. So I know, think big, but there are some growth drivers behind it, increased need for transparency and high demands for security and so on. We do have a lot of competition, but we have a huge differentiator. We're not private and centralized or tokened and permission. We are relying on public blockchains, as I was mentioning earlier, for data pairing, and we are actually using the immutability of public blockchains. And we are blockchain agnostic, which is again a plus. About the team, me, myself, and I am a single founder, but I do have a stellar team of advisors. I started in 1st of August. In less than 3 months, we have an iOS app, an Android app, the platform, paying customer, and more paying customers next month. Ongoing discussions with that. What's worth mentioning here is that we secured 2 angel rounds, and as for the future plans, we plan to get customers, paying customers, and have a technology foothold in Romania and a sales office in US, in San Francisco. We do have a pricing model. We are targeting social good organizations for a minimum price of operation costs. We are targeting SMBs, especially in the US market, in the pharmaceutical industry, but also in adjacent industries, for a range of $5,000 to $10,000 a month. And we are also targeting enterprise customers for custom amount. It's really up to the client, but it could go up to $100,000 a month. And what do we need now? As I was mentioning, we do have the angel round secured, but we are still open to pre-seed round because we need customer support. Actually, I know everyone is asking to hire developers or something, but actually I think what we need right now is to actually go on site with the customers and help them, because it's a logistics nightmare, and it's something that we actually need people for, and it's at least as important as the development office in Bucharest. And in the seed round in January, we're going to use the funds for the US office. So for now, we are basically focusing on 2 things: clients and products. So thank you. I hope I'm on time. I still have 20 seconds, but I would rather get your feedback.
Thank you, Sebastian. Questions?